Oke. Udah on. Oke. Let's go. Ya, sebentar. Ini ada event baru namanya Who's of the Violet Garden. Ini gampang dulu deh. Ini gimana? Oh, Inazuma. Untung Inazuma. Ini dulu deh. Teleport. Gue mau live streaming 1,5 jam. Live streaming September. Live streamingnya 1 jam aja. Oh, salah. 1 jam 15 menit. Live. Oke. Gua mulai sekarang. Ini foto ya. Ini nanti aja dulu. Gua foto. Malam. Weapon is ini. Oke. Bentar. Gini kah? 19.00. Pole arm or sword. Oke. Close. Ini gini. One photo taking point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kurang. Suka. Ini. Iya. Tuh, arahnya kok tiba-tiba. 1, 2. Sebentar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gitu. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oke, it's funny. Pokoknya nggak ke bawah aja nih. Kalau ke bawah pusing. Monjongo. The Angel Mas mana? Aduh, kesananya males. Fenty belum pulang. Tak. Terbang. Oke. Ini ke atas. Ke atas. Use an elemental skill. Ini gini. Ini. Option. Kurang. Tuh, 2, 3. Raih lagi. Oke. Yeay, keluar semua. Berarti levelnya tambah 2. Leo, air. Yeay, thank you. F4. Salah, F5. Event detail. Oh, penjelasannya. Oke. By special invitation. Manggil pulang Sinchu. Sudah punya C6. Ini unlock ya, bisa berarti. Oh, oke. True Tales of the Violet Garden Act 1. Navigate. Salah pencet. Aduh. At Astra di Abyssos.
That's correct. There's a requester who has submitted a designated commission for the two of you.
A designated commission? Sounds like it must be pretty important.
There's no need to worry. This commission is not dangerous by any means. Perhaps you have heard that Inazuma will soon be holding a major festival, the magnificent Irodori Festival.
Yay! A festival! Oh, come to think of it, we haven't attended a festival in Inazuma.
The Yashiro Commission and Lady Yae are responsible for all the festival preparations.
Okay.
The one
Who
who has
requested
requested
your
your help is none other than Lady Yae herself.
Dari Miko berarti.
You know Miko. She always has some unusual ideas in her head. You can bet a festival planned by her. We better go to Grand Arakami Shrine and see what she needs us to do.
Lady Yae is currently at Yae Publishing House in Hanamizaka, so there is no need to go all the way to the shrine. In fact, she has instructed me to have you directly meet with her there.
Oh, well that's convenient enough. Let's go then.
Okay.
Tanya and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and commission prints for Yae Publishing House were bound and sent out yesterday afternoon, Lady Yae.
Very good. And Murata?
We have already received word from Apekusu and Sailing Breeze that the materials are all in place for Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power, and...
well done. And what about you, Onodera? Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady Yae. Everything's ready for the new issue release party.
You are the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence. Besides, there's no need to be nervous. This project is destined for success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yes, Lady Yae. Thank you very much.
All right then. Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Cha-cha! Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission.
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting If so, then you can forget it. Paimon won't accept such a commission.
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me
Okay.
ask you, little ones. Whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Okay.
But isn't that a given? This is Inazuma after all.
Yes, that is true. But now that the Sokoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma is no longer the same nation that once resisted change tooth and nail. Therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time we'll be holding an international cultural festival. Distinct... Legend has it that there were 5. Every
Okay.
year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun. Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great influence at that time. As time passed, people began creating various tales based on the 5 kasen.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, people have gradually forgotten about the 5 kasen and the festival, which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival by holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But wait a minute. Light novels?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage. But nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma? And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to Altivat through light novels.
Oh, that was close. Paimon was nearly kidding. Come on, Miko. You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interests.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here. Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
Maybe a little. Oh, all right. Paimon's super curious now.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
Oh Yen, nih Yen. Go to tidur. Gimana kayak itu? Kok mau? Yen. Oke. Oh Yen.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will be... Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there will also be exclusive giveaways, this small plaza in front of the International Trade Association.
Wow.
Okay.
How'd you Paimon... Huh. Miko, what are these blank...
Yes.
Lady, I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. seeing as Lady Ai has poured her heart and soul into the...
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so... We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detail.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the 5 CHASM. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as... I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way. This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated time.
2 days before the festival. Cuma 8, 10, 9. 8, 10, 9, 10. Ini berarti 8.
It's settled. During the festival,
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention, so I must excuse myself for now.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up...
Sekarang wait until the following day. Ready? Pagi lagi. Go.
According to the arrival schedule, there will be a ship arriving from Mondstadt today. The artist for the 5 CHASM portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks.
Berarti ada albedo kan? Duh. Okay.
Hello, you must be here to take part in the Iridori Festival.
Yes, that's right. We are bards. Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to...
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, where's Tom? Huh. Strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Huh? Why is that? Oh, I can see what you're getting at. Even though Vendi no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an archon. If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it
Correctly,
seem a
Angel.
little childish, it would also sort of be shameless of him too.
Mr. Honorary Knight, Paimon!
It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Irid?
No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a dependent pass.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Iridori Festival,
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 CHASM!
it seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma. Oh, by the way, do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial...
Yeah, the internet.
Great. Let's get going then.
Panjang banget ngomongnya.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump into... Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not... As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama, isn't here yet. Well, Mr. Hirayama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kasen today. That way.
You had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hirayama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
So when do the paintings have to be done?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will need to be done before the festival's official opening ceremony.
Mhm.
Day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished just last month. To ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations the same day I received them. I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma.
Oke.
Paimon isn't sure she should feel sympathetic for you.
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference.
Oh, right! The editors of the Young Publishing House will all be... Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hirayama's over there too. We'll take you...
Alright, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now. Please stay at our residence in the international...
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
Panjang banget ngomongnya. Gak selesai-selesai loh.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave. Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand for this book is so high, though. Even with the emergency prints, it still might not be enough.
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse has anything to do with this?
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation as we speak.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's going on here?
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just an internal issue. That's all. How can I help you?
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hirayama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hirayama is currently at the warehouse down by the harbor.
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 Kasen for the festival?
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding the 5 Kasen. I do apologize, but please make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hirayama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
About that.
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume of A Legend of Sword?
Huh? How did you know?
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hirayama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must have cropped up. To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hirayama directly. After considering these factors, the only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to a Legend of Sword, which I did the illustrations for.
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. I suppose it doesn't hurt to tell you now. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So they promptly alerted the Tenryou Commission. The Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse. It was then that we realized that the latest copies of A Legend of Sword had suddenly gone missing.
What? The books are missing!
Shh, not so loud. Not only is this book an eagerly...
Oh,
Because of the dire
iya sih.
situation, Mr. Hirayama immediately heard.
I see. It would be a great misfortune if A Legend of Sword would not be released on schedule if Mr. Hirayama has gone to the warehouse at the docks.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is Jinyu.
Sounds
Sounds
familiar.
familiar.
Oh, do you know him?
Shincho would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing. What's a company of...
Tuh, ada fan. Kok ada Fenty?
Huh? It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course.
No, Sora, Paimon wasn't talking about... So, Town Death Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you.
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is indeed me.
As I've told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Listen, Sora. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But what's this about?
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can... And just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze. If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please, be my guest.
Oh, Fenty!
Ouch! Your words wound me. We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grip. You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding.
Similar means?
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's unlikely.
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting dandelion wine. Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. And when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Fenty, this story is quite believable. But
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA publishing house, and there are some based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider the sound anything out of the ordinary.
But if you clearly heard something...
Oh, I see.
what?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Fenty means is that he did not hear anything As for the sound of footsteps, Because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out each day, it is quite...
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one regarding the stolen books.
No, not quite. From the fact that I've been presented to first, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short... It goes without saying that Venti...
Yes, I agree with your reasoning. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff.
Yes, understood. I'll leave it.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether...
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account you might let me off the hook.
Sara's quite the meticulous one. So,
Yes, the invitation letter. Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I
Halo Nekopoi
and the letter
Chan.
was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept it in my
Sorry ya,
hand the whole
lagi lihat story-nya.
Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink. I know
Halo,
that I kept it
halo.
in a secure place. I even recall being most pleased at coming up with a good idea at the time.
if you were holding the invitation in your hands the whole time, then why did you put it down?
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I had to hold a glass in each hand. I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time. But surely I wouldn't put it in just...
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be.
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon.
Ah, yes! I remember now.
Review apaan?
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission.
Review akun.
Now that we've confirmed this guest
Dikasih aja kan?
identity, I have no further questions.
Apa UID-nya?
However, starting tonight,
Tapi lagi
I
lihat
would advise
story dulu
you
ya.
to stay at the International Trade Association. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be leaving now.
Oh, oke. Terus ini ngapain?
There goes Sara. Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hirayama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged...
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived, and these are the materials regarding the 5 CHASM.
Long ago there were 5 legendary pot and pots and defense lumayan. Kelihatan kok. Big 3 Ryu kak. Oh, bener ya.
Let's see here.
Setelah sorry.
Yes, it's just that.
Okay.
Though there were once many stories regarding each of the 5 CHASM, the validity of their contents can no longer be verified in present. But at the very least, we know that most of the stories were written according to a similar style.
So, is
He's
the
doing.
info useful for your paintings, Albedo?
The Big 3
To
itu
some extent, yes.
siapa aja ya?
I'm sorry that this
Zhongli.
information is not as exhaustive as you had hoped.
Zhongli,
It is not possible to gather
terus
anything more at the moment.
Hutao.
Though Lady Ai did say that there are many variations of the story about the 5 CHASM, so all you need to do is follow through with what's in your own heart and create something that you yourself find interesting.
That does sound like something Miko would say.
Thank you, Mr. Hirayama. No need to worry. I'll find inspiration for the...
Great. I'll leave it to you then, Calx. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to ask of everyone. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Genyi, the author of The Legend of Sword, will be arriving in Inazuma. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, the Gaia Publishing House will do its best to ensure that you have my gratitude.
Oh, oke.
Well, since there's nothing more we can do here, let's go.
Kenapa ada Venti di belakang gitu?
What are you doing?
Traveler, Albedo, would you mind coming over here for a moment? There's something peculiar that I think you should
Hutao,
see.
Xiao, Ganyu. Oh, nggak ada. Oke. Ntar ya, story dulu. Udah, story-nya 814, 892. Oke, salah. 814, 892, 520. Illumi. Oh iya, tiga-tiganya. Kok bisa dapat 33 DPS ini? Bagus banget. 32.000. Ini kayaknya C6 deh. Kok feelingku C6 ya? Oh C0. 4 Crimson. Oke. Sebenarnya support apa DPS? Kalau misalnya pakai ini pakai apa sih? Pakai Homa. Oke, pakai Homa. Sebenarnya agak kurang sih. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Elemental Mastery masih tetap kepake. Terus ini sempat naik sekali ya devnya ya. Ini kepake sih, meskipun agak kurang. Ini ganti kalau ada. Tapi susah sih nyarinya. Ya pokoknya yang ganti ini. Berarti gede dong. Elemental Mastery-nya lumayan. Pakai HP ya, ini pakai HP. Iya, pada naikin Elemental Mastery berarti kamu ya. Periodic bonus. Ini bagus sih. Ini kesannya jadi kayak semi apa namanya? Semi support dong. Tapi overall bagus sih, gue taunya. Setidaknya damage-nya lumayan lah gitu loh. Kalau Xiao ini belum ganti artefak kan? Belum nyari kan? Sense-nya ini bagus sih. Bagus, lumayan lah. 18, 19,4, 33,4. Cuma sayang naik sekali di XP. Ini bagus banget. Karena ini kan kayaknya nggak naik HP ya. EM nggak butuh kan Xiao? Xiao nggak butuh EM. Xiao nggak butuh EM. Aku main Xiao nggak pakai EM soalnya. Sebentar ya. Xiaoku nggak pakai EM sama sekali nih. EM-nya cuma 23 nih. Nggak ada EM sama sekali nih. Oke, attack. Tuh nggak ada kan. Hutau nggak main IM soalnya Hutau itu kalau kamu pakai senjata Dragon Band pakai IM ya. Kalau nggak pakai Dragon Band full damage nggak apa-apa sih. Gitu. Ya tergantung cara mainnya. Itu mah duo sama dengan Zhongli aja bisa. Berarti mainnya apa kamu? Hutau Ganyu berarti. Hutau Ganyu berarti. 814, 892, 520. Aku belum lihat yang Ganyu. Kalau Ganyu kenapa nggak pakai ini? Apa namanya? Blizzard Strayer. Tapi kalau support, masalahnya kalau kamu pakai ini set Wanderer, berarti kamu harus jadiin DPS. Karena kan demi dapat pasif dari ini 4 setnya. Tapi kalau misalnya buat support bisa pakai Blizzard Strayer sih. Agak kasihan ini dia habis sekali. Tapi gak apa-apa sih. Bagus itu dan ini kalau ada kesempatan nyari lagi. Ini jelek nih. Udah kepepet ya kamu ya? Mau pakai Ganyu ya? Cryodemic bonus. Bagus ini lumayan sih. Gitu. Oh, kamu farming di Crimson banyak berarti ya? Kok ini pakai punya Crimson? ini mau dibungkus. Oh, haram sih ini. Bagus ini. Cuma nggak ada crit rate-nya jadinya agak jomplang. Berarti berapa ini? Kok pakai Bahoma juga? Oh, kok pakai ini? Iya. Oke sih. Cuma nggak stabil ya ini. Berarti ada yang jelek nih. Ini jelek. Cari lagi. 2 kali naik attack kan itu. Gitu. Bagus kok overall tapi ya memang kudu tergantung cara makainya. Kalau misalnya kamu pakai Ganyu yang tadi itu, pakai set Wanderer mau nggak mau berarti kamu harus jadiin dia DPS. Kalau misalnya main buat support mending pakai Blizzard Stayer sih,
Paper.
lebih enak gitu.
Indeed. When I awakened to find myself in the warehouse
Lanjut
this
story ya,
morning, I discovered
biar
this
sambil
paper in the cargo
kelarin
crate where I was sleeping.
eventnya gitu.
I didn't think much of it then. I thought it was merely a scrap piece of paper that had fallen into the cargo. After a quick glance, I stuffed it into a place nearby. But on second thought, I think it's worth having you take a look at what's written on it.
The five cousins mine dwelling was far from the wider world, but for my fame, my peace was disturbed. In blue clad, I went before Tensukaku to present our work, but our work was missing a page. I knelt and begged for divine breath to be stilled, and I told what I knew of how it was lost. Oh, okay.
Let me see. Suiko chapter. Wait a minute. Isn't
The story told in this poem roughly boils down to Suiko getting tipsy and letting some poems that were meant to be spoken get stolen. This story sounds familiar to my ear.
seriously? It's literally the same story you just experienced yesterday.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could quite possibly be the criminal, or even a witness to the theft, but why leave the paper here in such a fashion? And if the one who left it here was a witness...
Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meeting together in Inazuma like this is a most rare occasion. Since we've been busy from the start of the day, let us find an inn with good drink to keep our thirst at bay.
Minum terus.
You just sobered up and you're already thinking about more drinks? And let's not forget that Albedo still has a portrait to complete. We don't have time to be slacking off.
No, it's fine. Let's all go for a drink together. It'll be my treat.
Wait a minute. What about your portrait?
As I mentioned before, I'm the kind of artist who can work quickly once I'm inspired. And now, it's if I use a model as reference for the piece, we must pay him back with the appropriate recompense.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes. One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Mabuk.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Toadette Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who'll be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the Five Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows? You might soon discover another story.
Oh gitu.
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the Five Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given, we've only found the first of a total of 4 chapters.
Okay.
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
That certainly is a possibility. Also,
There are some
points regarding the stories of the Five Kasen that have left me rather curious. For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures, yet all the popular stories only consist of 4 parts. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is never a chapter dedicated to Kuronushi.
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Monty. So for now, we need but just wait patiently.
Oke. Kelar kah? Banyak banget ngomongnya. Begal. The magnificent Irodori Festival has started. Kenapa gambarnya? Oh, ada kes lagi. Bagaimana maksudnya? Oke. Oh.
What a coincidence. I was wondering where I might be able to find you. Can't I come and see you when nothing? Alright. As much as I'd like to sit and chat with you, before bringing Klee here, I told her many stories about Inazuma. It got her very excited to experience the local culture here. However, I've got other things to do in Inazuma this time, besides painting the portraits of the 5 Kasen. Oh, Inazuma is not like Mondstadt.
I can just let Klee wander.
I can't just let Klee wander off by herself when I'm busy with other things. So I had to have her stay at the... She hasn't gone out, but I can tell... Fortunately, I now...
Yay, Mr. Honorary Knight! What you talking about, Mr. Honorary Knight? Are we gonna go play? Yeah! But Albedo is really busy.
Aw, Cookie, you're such a thoughtful kid. Paimon's very thoughtful, thank you very much. Paimon always thinks of you whenever she's eating a delish. Anyway, it's pretty cool not to let Klee go out when she was so excited to come here. Yep. Allow the almighty traveler and dependable Paimon to bring Klee on a tour of Inazuma.
Klee, do you want to go play with Mr. Honorary Knight? As you know, Klee is our Spark Knight. You must keep her safe and sound. By which I mean... try to keep her
There's nothing to keep it.
For instance, if a mountain in Inazuma was to lose one of its peaks, or if there were an explosion, glad to hear it.
I promise I'll bring you back an awesome souvenir, Mr.
Great. I look forward to it.
There are loads of cool things to do in Inazuma. Try the local cuisine, visit a shrine.
Banyak banget. Ini kelarin dulu kali ya story Mondstadtnya biar nggak putar balik. Ini musuh Elemas. Ini apa ini? Destroy Villager Tower. Ini Spreading Evil. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cuisine? What's that?
You know, food and drink. Paimon just meant we could take you to a local restaurant.
A restaurant? Yay!
Snack time. Bisa kaca kah? Belum. Habis ini.
Got it! Alright, snack time it is! Let's go!
I will have order.
Solidified. Come into being.
This is order.
Stabilize.
Ini ke sini dulu. Aku mau C6 Bennett. Butuh C6 Bennett. Butuh C6 Bennett. Buat apa? Buat Bennett. Ini, aduh, pasti cuma dapat bintang 3 lagi. Sedih, sedih. Sedih, sedih. Mandek. Boring. Oke. Udah. Kalau dipikir-pikir ya, duo dengan Zhongli itu, Zhongli kan Geo. Kok bisa punya 3 DPS dalam satu akun loh. Niat banget. Halo Ella Mas. Kayaknya aku masih inget ya. Halo. Iya dadah. Oke, benar. Iya dadah. Oh, salah.
I will have order. Solidify. Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
Let's light it up!
Mana?
Adventure time!
Tak bunuh.
Solidify.
Loh, kok nggak kesana sih?
Solidify.
Solidify. Yeay. Apakah saya bisa dapat Venti? Only one pull. Kalau bisa dapat Venti, 1 kali pull aja bakalan top up $100. Karena itu pasti nggak mungkin. Lihat nih. Nggak mungkin dapat Venti. Bukan, nggak mungkin kan? Oke. Kita ambil dulu.
Add asterisk. Thank you for coming.
Oke. Ke Udah. Tidak ada tanda-tanda mendapatkan bintang 5.
Wow, something smells so good. Mr. Honorary Knight, look at this noodle those yellow and red thingies on that?
You're kidding, right? Those are tri-flavored skewer.
And what about this little yellow cake?
That's an egg roll. They're amazing. Have you really not tried one before?
Wow, tonkotsu ramen,
Three.
tri-flavored skewers, and egg rolls. They all sound delicious.
They sure are. Guess you're not for. Let me buy you an egg roll with my allowance so you can get a taste of our.
Really? But, Master Genshin,
Also, that's your allowance, right? Taking another kid's allowance just seems kind of wrong.
Oh, I remember you. You're Yoimiya's friend.
Egg rolls are a piece of cake for this guy. Aren't?
really?
Alright, we'll be waiting.
Malah kita yang buatin. Give 3. Oke. Egg rolls. Egg rolls. 3 ya. Telur dan garam doang. Beda ya ternyata ya. 2. 3. 4. Ting. Automatic cooking for an egg roll. Oh, ini belum. Ini juga belum. Press buttons. Sekarang nih. Ini dapat 2, thank you. Udah gelap deh. Oke. B.
Mr. Honorary Knight, what do egg rolls?
Silahkan dicoba egg rolls.
Wow, you really can cook them. You're awesome, mister.
Ting.
It's sweet. So yummy.
Yep, yep. It's delicious.
Yeah, these egg rolls are pretty good, but I still think Yoimiya's are better.
Who is Yoimiya? She makes egg rolls too.
Yoimiya can do anything. She tells stories, keeps goldfish, makes fireworks, and gives up. Yoimiya's pretty much the best and most awesome person.
For me, the best, most awesome person in the world is my mom. And Queen has loads of other great people too, like Mr.
Oh, well, I don't know any of those people. But anyways, I still want to introduce you to. In most festivals, Yoimiya's so busy that you can never find her. She seems like she hasn't been in a great mood recently. But maybe.
Okay, let's go play.
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
Ada teleponan lebih cepat ya. Tidak ada. Oh, itu dia Yoimiya. Supir. Kita di bawahnya.
Yoimiya, don't be sad. Yesterday, I won 3 beetle fights in a row against that guy with the horns on his head.
Wow, Motsuzaka. Nice work. It's not easy. Don't worry, Yoimiya. Maybe you can't light fireworks during the Iridori Festival, but there are still lots of. I know. Guys, it's just that fireworks are banned in the city.
Yoimiya, it's me.
Yoimiya.
I want to introduce you to a new friend, an Outlander girl. I just met her. Wait. Klee! Nice to meet you, Klee. I'm Mia, and I run Nagnahara Fireworks. Hello. I love the cute outfit. With the hat and the cool little symbols. So unique.
And your back, that's a four-leaf clover. Mom and Master Jean said it can bring you good luck.
Really? That's awesome! I bet everyone. Also, that little fairy on your backpack is super cute, too.
That's Dodoko, my best friend.
Oh, Dodoko? What an interesting name.
Yep. My mom says that when a Dodoko is born, it rides the wind and goes off.
Ride the wind and go off on a big adventure?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Your mom sounds...
Yep. My mom is the best and most awesome person. And Mia, Iwao was right.
Thanks, Klee. I feel like we really get each other.
It's so heartwarming.
Hey, Klee! Since you like four-leaf clover so much, why don't I make a firework with a four-leaf clover pattern?
Yeah! And hold on a second. Fish blessing? No.
Oh, oops. I got so excited that I completely forgot about. The folks from the Yashiro Commission specifically warned me that no fireworks are allowed in Inazuma during the Iridori Festival.
What? It's not allowed.
Lewati, Bu.
Aww. Okay then. Hey, Mom! You just made enough. Yeah! We still have loads of things, right?
What do you say, Klee?
Jauh banget. Store-nya banyak nih, panjang nih.
Here we are, the venue of the Iridori Festival.
Really want to invite Miss Ryoko.
Outlander Brigade. When the
By Kawabunga Iggy.
Who's this Cowabunga? It's pronounced Kayabuki Ike. Outlander Brigade is a new series of mine. And When the Wind of Death Blew Towards the Blonde Samurai is the first volume.
Outlander Brigade? Kaya says that every good story has...
Absolutely not. I would never allow such cliches in one of my novels. This is a book about betrayal, blood, and tears. A long and lonely struggle. A stubborn samurai's path to the truth. This is the kind of story that needs to be told.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm not sure that's a very,
Hey, miss! Don't go! Are you sure you don't want a copy? I'll give you 40% off.
Flowers for Princess Fischl.
Oh, look! That's right! Flowers for Princess Fischl. Have you read...
No, but Fischl always hangs out with Oz. Everyone in the Adventurers Guild knows. I wonder if Dodoko is getting bored now.
Oh, Klee, I'm afraid it can't be helped. There are a lot of flammable items at the festival, and we have to be careful.
Seems like even the Iridori there must be plenty of things you can do with them.
Yeah, like, wait, so that's what you're suggesting?
That's right! The Iridori Festival is a place for putting your work on display. You could show Dodoko stories for a bingo! What do you think of that idea? Mr. Albedo taught me how to paint. I can paint the story of...
That's very imaginative!
Yay, please!
Perfect! Okay, so...
Yay! Let's
Okay.
go, let's go! Those two can run so fast when they're low.
Astaga.
suggestion, and we're gonna keep the content of the story a secret.
Obviously, I can't tell you why. Well, you can keep exploring the festival while we're busy in the shop.
Come on, Yoimiya, we should get going. Let's go inside and start painting.
I'm always hoping that we could all paint together. Actually, Pine.
Oh, bisa tuh window. Sini kan. Ngintip loh.
So, what?
Dodoko goes to...
Ooh, that sounds great! Is that what you're painting? Once you're done painting, let's go get it printed. We'll print a whole bunch of copies and go hand them out at the festival. Although it'll cost a lot more to get it printed.
It's okay, Yoimiya. I have some more. Look.
50 more is probably... Well, if we don't have enough, we can ask the travel...
Mr. Honorary Knight has helped a lot already. I don't want so... I think I should just go fish blasting to earn some more.
No fish blast.
Oh. Then we've got no choice.
Who's Mr. Albert?
He's my older brother. He's super duper smart. He can do and he knows how to paint too. He paints Hilly Kaya, and even Dodoko. That's why he came to Inazuma this time.
Oh, is that right? Then I guess Mr. Albedo must be an artist working with the eye publishing house.
An artist? Oh, that means he has two jobs. One as an alchemist, teaching Sucrose out. Yoimiya, let me show you something. Mr. Albedo taught me you can paint Dodoko's color like...
Wow, I can see the resemblance. All right, I'll paint the streets, and Klee, you fill... Hey, you can even write the story over here to explain what's happening in the painting.
Okay, let's write this.
Oh,
Shoot!
Dodoko sure had a lot of fun in Inazuma.
Those two sound like they'd really did go on an adventure without it.
Now, we have to get Dodoko's story printed. Come on.
Alhamdulillah.
Here we are.
This Dad Publishing House. Ooh, it's Auntie Aratani. I know Auntie Aratani.
Auntie? Who's that calling me Auntie? Oh, it's the little girl who came with Miss... How can I help you, little girl?
Auntie Aratani.
Dodoko?
Oh, not only that, Dodoko is also real. Look.
Huh? I don't quite under...
We better explain this to her.
Oh, I see. Oh, the deadline has passed for accepting printing orders for the Iridori Festival.
Auntie, are you saying Dodoko won't be able to...
Oh, Klee, don't be upset. Miss Aratani, is there any way we can pay extra? And if you're short on staff to help with the printing, I can pay...
Miss Yoimiya, I understand your sentiment, but I'm afraid it's not... We've been printing many people's personal works for this festival, and a lot of the books are already well behind schedule. At a time like this, we really can't squeeze any...
What do we do? Seems like we might have to give up on this.
No, I remember this one time when I was little. Pop said he'd take me to the festival, but he was so busy with work that he forgot. I waited and kept wondering at night, if we can't get it printed, I can paint. Over the next few days, I'll paint as many as I can.
My. Yoimiya has quite a determined spirit.
It's Miko, and I'll be...
We heard everything.
Oh,
It's okay, I know. You were just following the rules, but our mission at Yai Publishing House is to bring dreams and happiness to the masses. It would be a crying shame if we couldn't even help one Let me think. Yoimiya, little girl, you can print your book, but on...
Of course, Lady Gucci. Just tell us.
Dear me, it's nothing that horrendous. You make it sound like I'm some sort of... All I mean is, if you want to get your work printed now, there is only... However, there is only a small amount of space remaining in the book in question. Your book is too big, so you have to reduce it to a... Is this a sacrifice that you're willing...
Clee, Lady Gucci is saying that we can print the book if we shrink it to half the size. Are you okay with that?
Yep, I am. Thanks, Miss Gucci lady.
What an adorable little...
Yes, Lady I. I'll get right on it.
Combining the prints is a plausible solution, but it'll cause a lot of extra work for the print.
No problem. Just think of it as my greeting gift for little... Besides, the Yai Publishing House will need your help with the illustrations again next time, Mr. Calx. You could also consider... All right, I won't disturb you two any longer. Bye-bye now.
Yay! Everything worked out perfectly.
Yoimiya.
No worries.
Yes, you're right.
Oke, sekian live untuk hari ini. Gue masih ada kerjaan, mau garap yang lain. And then see you in my next streaming. Bye.